Okay, I'm here with
Isaiah
Isaiah.
L.
Uh,
Leon Savage.
Isaiah Leon Savage. He's running for mayor of Whittier. This is his third time running, and he's going to let us know why he's. Let's start off. You can let us know why you're running. So,
This is my third time, I guess, at the plate. Looking to hit a home run because I've been dealing with the same issues every time I've ran. The lack of policemen.
yes.
Uh, the decision to move in 1,897 child predators. 835Bs, not 835 because there's a difference. 835, 835B. We have the 835Bs. These are people that look for children under the age of 14. And their intention is to purposely, maliciously hurt these children. They get some kind of rush. They're sick. Yes. What's even sicker is the fact that Whittier has the third largest school district in Southern California.
Yes.
So, therefore, it would be upon an administration looking over these people to apply some common sense. You have the third largest school district in Southern California. That means you have more children per capita than any of the neighboring cities and towns.
Right.
Where did the decision come from that it was okay to move 2,000 nearly, because I remember the first race they said you have to be exact, so 1,897 child predators, smack dab in the middle.
No, my understanding is that that was a decision that was made by the highest person in the state of California, and that when I checked it on, was it back in 2010? It seemed like there was like 20 that were housed around each of the schools in Whittier. Oh, I believe it was more. It might have actually been more than 20. I don't know what the number is now, but back then that's what it was. It was 20 for each school in Whittier, which to me that's pretty high.
Well, back in, you remember Bill Bailey,
Yes.
the actual editor of the Whittier Daily News when it was actually a good paper?
Bill Bell.
Yeah, Bill
My
Bell.
my mom was a friend with him, worked with him at not this St. Mary's, but there's a St. Mary's in Pig Rivera that they used to work together at the
Okay.
church
Well,
newspaper
if
over
you
there.
look at his 1995 front page article, it read, "Is Whittier becoming a rest haven for child predators?" At that time, there were only about 400 here.
I think the more correct term would have been dumping ground.
And it is a dumping ground, and I know that they try to put it back on the state, but here's the thing. Uh, it's on the local administration to make that decision. They put it back on the state because it gives them like a scapegoat or deniability. But we have over 80,000 people here, and that's going to apply to why we need more police. We have over 80,000 people here, so there should have been a decision of common sense decision made. We have 80,000 people here, that means at least 30,000 of them are children. We do not need to put them in harm's way of people who, one, this is their crime, harming children. Two, for some reason, there's a medical study, there's no cure for this. Three, so they still live under, they still have the nature to do this. They say they give them these meds to make them impotent. However, I learned in college, I went to Pasadena City.
So you can always skip the pill portions. I mean,
Well, see, that's the thing. There was this one guy, our health professor, he showed us, and he was giving an interview of why pedophiles, or I'll call them 835B, shouldn't be allowed to live amongst like ordinary people like you and I. They,
okay.
who don't have that in their nature to go out and harm or and intentionally, maliciously, like just harm a child, and go out specifically looking for children at a certain age to do that harm too. That's not the nature of us. However, he was saying that these people should not be accepted in these type of communities because it's just a ticking time bomb. Well, there was this lady in the crowd. She stood up and she, got on her soapbox and asked him, well, what gives you the right to say that where somebody can live and push these people out? And he admitted he was one of them.
Well, wait a minute. What about community safety? I mean, doesn't that
Okay.
give people a right?
Well, he lives 300 miles outside the city.
Okay.
He does have a job in the city, but he has a route that has no children whatsoever. He takes the pills, the
Okay.
whole 9 yards. But that's what he knew he had to get out and say something about it, because he was like, still doing all these things, but these urges are still here. Can't understand it. So he submitted himself for like testing. Yeah. And he's like a spokesperson of why you shouldn't allow these people in the community. But again, it would not make common sense for an administration to like allow them to come into the community and then say, oh well, nothing's gonna happen. That's like allowing a bunch of wolves to come in and all the sheep just
That's what
graze.
Chamberlain said about Hitler. So I wanted to ask you, let's go ahead and go stay with this, the whole crime issue.
Okay.
The latest poll, the Whittier City Council has high negative ratings when it comes to dealing with crime. Can I get your thoughts on that? Why do you think people feel that they've been doing a bad job?
First, let's just be clear about it. There is some corruption going on, because Agenda 2030 actually deals with decreasing the police department. Yeah, so you know if you have a decrease in the police department, you're going to have an increase.
Right. Well, we've always had a low number of employees at our police department. It's always
Well,
been,
see, that's the thing.
the highest we've ever gone was 95. Now I'm hearing that we're going below the 95 now.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Somebody told me it was
From 1996, if you check the records, from 1996 to 2004, there was 1,600 policemen on the Whittier PD. You can check with the San Bernardino Sheriff Department. You can check with the Riverside Sheriff Department, because they transferred 1,000 to San Bernardino and the other 500
Okay.
to Riverside. San Bernardino protested. Riverside, I guess they were on board. So they don't address the crime because they're part of the crime. Now, I don't want to point any fingers or anything like that, but if you look at the whole picture of how things are going, we have a small police department. We have a bunch of people. See, these are homeless people that I see without faces. We grew up
Yes.
here. We live here. So the homeless people that we have seen is probably somebody like
Somebody who went to school with us.
yeah, it's like that one
But
guy.
for most people who just moved here, these are faceless people. It's like they don't mean anything, and that's going to be my next issue. Is that they're also getting negative ratings on handling the homeless. And we did a poll where most of the residents of Whittier think that most homeless are drug users who don't have jobs and no connection to Whittier.
None.
And the other thing is, the majority are saying that they believe that the homeless are responsible for most of the crimes, but the FBI statistics, I mean, the same people saying that crime is going up in Whittier, but the FBI and Whittier PD statistics are saying the opposite, so it's like, who's right?
Well, we know that the FBI is having their own circumstances, and it's overwhelming right now. So anybody that's not on the side of the American people is pretty much showing their colors. Agenda 2030, they showing their colors of that. But I do want to say that one more time, because I really wanted to address that, what you just said.
Where most of the residents think that they are, I believe it was the one about where they believe that most of the homeless in Whittier are drug users, no jobs, and have no connection to Whittier.
I've watched them do drug connections right there in the alley. I've watched them attack the parking lot attendant less than 2 weeks ago when he asked them to stop urinating in the middle of the alley. Start breaking glass even. Yeah, it was 2 Saturdays ago. You could actually check with the Whittier PD because 2 squad cars came out. However, they did nothing. Nothing. Said they could do nothing. So this administration, this local administration has literally tied the hands.
I've had one steal my passport. They said it took 2 hours for the police to show up, and when I explained the issue to them, and they found out it was a homeless person, they threw up their hands and said, we can't do anything about it.
See, that's not right. Because
and it was a passport.
The position of the police is to protect and serve the community. And protecting the community means addressing all the issues that the community has. Whatever issue, if it's going up the tree to get a cat, saving a bird, it don't matter. Helping the old lady cross the street. That's what they signed up for. And that goes along with the job. Now, if they signed up for something else, which I don't believe, because, 2000, this is why the crime is so bad here. 2017, 500 people graduated. Officers graduated from the Whittier Academy. 500 officers applied for
Where
the
did they all
Whittier.
go?
They got turned down. All 500.
Was that a budget decision, or what was did you ever find out the reason for that?
They blamed it on a budget decision, but what it really was is a nefarious decision, I would say. Because, only half of Whittier is incorporated.
Yes.
And that's why it's such a
There's a lot of people that don't realize that they live in the
police
unincorporated
department.
part, and they don't understand why there's no response, and they don't understand that they're on the other side of the boundary.
Well, see, here's the thing. When you do that, incorporate an area, you can't go in reverse. But they weren't planning on going in reverse. They were just planning on selling this town out from under us. And then taking the money and run. That's why it's such a low number. Now you bring those 500 policemen back. Hire them all because they took time out of their lives, their day,